in that store, when George was sick with polio in the 3rd grade, she was telling her friend, and her friend said, over there in the corner, try that. We just got in those art supplies. And George's mama says, art supplies? George doesn't like art. George didn't know art. And out of desperation, she bought a paint by number set. It was the year they came out. And she bought modeling clay. Took those precious, precious pennies. And she brought them home to baby George. He didn't want to paint the paint by number because when paint by number first came out, it only had one scene, and that was the Last Supper. He had no interest in painting that, so he turned it over, and he started painting what he missed.
You know, it reminds me of the Woody Guthrie song. You know, the sign said, no trespassing. Beyond the other side was nothing. And that side was made for you and me. And so on the other side of that paint by number set was nothing. And that side was made for him.
I love that. You're right. You're right. And my favorite part of that story is this, because I used to love the way George would tell it. He would put his hands like this, and I know we're on radio, but I sort of have my fingers together, like I'm telling you something really, really precious and special. And he would rub his fingers like that, and he would say, and I took that modeling clay, and I formed it into little animals, and I put those animals on my nightstand, and I told stories with them.
Oh.
Yeah, he made his friends. And suddenly, here he is, sick with polio, doesn't know if he's ever going to recover. He did recover, but they didn't know it. And he's happy as he can be. So often life throws us those curves, doesn't it?
Fantastic story.
Yeah.